Ah, racetrack. Ooh, big stutters. Didn't like that.
So go ahead and get mad. I'll show you how easy I turn a tough guy to a dead man. I ain't your buddy. Haters are obsessed fans. If we were buddies, trust I crack a bud just like a red can. Bedpan full of piss and vinegar. Head scan said that I'm not crazy, but I'm similar. Let's dance, let hands, homie, you get slapped fast. Trust me, you're a midget, I'm a monster. Every slap I throw is a finisher. I just need one more person to hate me top that top. One more problem might make me kill them all. I'm a heartbreaker, kicker. I'm a hot trigger, nasty words. I got 2 fingers for kissers. I'm a dirtbag, no good bastard.
I'll get you the airport code. Just 1 second here. Let me get all squared away. A little background music kick in. And I'll get you that right off the bat here. I think I'm back in my plane. Yeah, I'm in my plane. Just gotta bring up the it's the one we landed at last week in Cuba. It should be MUPB. Michael Uniform Paul Bob. I know it's not Bob, but Bob sounds good. What the hell just happened there? My computer just decided to pop up of something. Who knows what. I got a few minutes while you're jumping in anyways. I gotta get my autopilot all squared away on this thing because it does take a second. On this particular one. We're only going to cruise about 3,000 feet because there's absolutely nothing but water between us. Well, maybe 4,000. Get a little better speed out of it. Yeah, this thing's not going to let me do vertical speed until I turn it on. I'll give you just a minute. We're going from here is where we landed last week in Cuba, and we'll be flying over dry Tortugas, and flying over Everglades National Park. Then we'll jump in a helicopter, fly over. Cool, I see you there. Good to have you along on a flight. Hopefully for at least a little while. And then we're going to jump in a helicopter, go from and check out the Bay of Biscayne, which is a large national park there, and we'll land up near, yeah, I know where I'm thinking of, Fort Lauderdale. So next week we'll start off with another flight up to the next national park and a helicopter tour around the park. So it should be pretty fun. All things considered. I put a map up in Discord of the basic flight plan, if anybody's curious about it. It's all on a single map, it's all lined out where we're going. Nope, somebody else is here. Oh, TBM, King Air, the King Air. Oh, we got quite a few good planes this night. For the first stretch, like I said, the first stretch is out over the water. 442 Olds, I know it. Great car, isn't it? Love it. We've had some good ones. We've had 357. We've had 442. We've had some good ones. We had 420. We've had some good stream numbers. All right, I'm going to start heading on out here. Get the brakes off. I love the sound of this bird. I so love the sound of this thing. This thing really does sound like you're sitting between two Continentals revving up to take off. Rotate. Does take a little bit of runway to get in the air though. Stick the gear up. Flaps up. I am on live weather, but I'm set to about 11:30 in the morning. Why am I not gaining any speed here? Oh, I got my prop pitches back. Oh, Mr. Brett. Welcome, welcome. There we go. Yeah, we're going to get up to speed. Didn't get a ping this morning. How odd's that? Oh, you made it just in time for takeoff anyway, so it's all good. We're going to put on the old autopilot, vertical speed, nav mode. We're going to get up to 4,000 feet and let the plane run. Just got to my PC and checking dictator and saw the red one. See if the autopilot's actually going to work in this thing. Sometimes it's grumpy. Especially the altitude. I don't know why. But it seems to be climbing good at 1,000 feet per second or minute, like I have it set for. 1,000 feet per second would be a hell of a ride. Gonna hit 3 national parks tonight. 2 of them are pretty close together. One of them's out in the middle of freaking nowhere. But from here on out, after tonight, we'll be in the continental United States until we head for Alaska. So we'll be over land 99% of the time. Should be our last flight over water, like I said, until we get to Alaska. Or on our flight to Alaska. I get this bird trimmed out. Oop, close my cowl. That'll speed up a little bit. And everybody that's flying along, Brett says hello. The ones that are flying and not chatting. Had a pretty good couple of days. Who did we lose? Icarus already? Where'd he go? Oh, he's over there. Okay. Ah, he's in the DA-62. Got it. Come on. Xenon, that TBM should just scream right up here. Nothing but water for a while, so if anybody's got any conversations they would like to have, we're going to trim out here at 4,000 feet. Set a strong wave for refractor and speed burst. Working like a winner. Yeah, I don't doubt it. You usually crank it up there. Nah, I'm on live weather. I'm going to see how live weather does as much as we can. I think Christmas is creeping up quickly and I need to prep more. I think I've got Christmas all squared away for the most part. Hoping for some good news with my aunt, but Is what it is. Won't know much more for another 7 or 8 days. Must be nice to have time to be organized. Hey, there he is. I thought you were flying. Bryce. I thought you were flying tonight. I even saw Gunner. I sent Gunner a message telling him you were flying tonight. Oh, after my stream? Okay. Well, I can't send anybody to you because you have to be... But I will send everybody there. Of course, most everybody will go anyways. But I'll make sure I send everybody over there. Oh. We made some errors. It's all good. Definitely all good, but we'll definitely all jump over, I'm sure, afterwards. Except for me, I'll jump over like 10 minutes before I go to bed. Yeah, me, old fart, got to go to bed early. I'll make sure to let Gunner know your time has changed if he shows up. He always likes to show up and fly with people who are flying his plane. I don't know why I blocked that, but okay. Hello, old fart, Gowan and friends. Hello, William Kelly. I hope you're well, sir. I hope all is going well. Well, I don't know if anybody saw the short from this morning, but it was 5 degrees Fahrenheit out. The lake was, or the river was building ice like mad this morning. It was so pretty. Everything was all covered in this like ice fog frost. It was really neat. But God, it was cold. And we finally got some snow on the ground. Not a lot, but I guess coming up Friday, Saturday, we're supposed to have 8 to 10 inches of snow. But I guess it's about time. Usually it's only about a month late as it is, so can't complain. $10 degrees Celsius. That sounds pretty cool, actually. Here it was 5 Fahrenheit, so what's that in Celsius? Oh, look it up. I gotta remember to convert everything. Oh, we didn't like that. It was minus 15 this morning. Minus 15 Celsius this morning. It was cold. It was chilly, chilly. I really like this 414. They just nailed the sounds. And it's amazing how much nailing the sounds can make an aircraft. Snowing on the mountains in summer? Well, yeah, I've seen that here. But that's not unusual here. But that sounds like it's cold for summertime down there. Our summertimes are usually 70-ish range. All my instruments look good. Engines, right engine's going a little faster than the left. By the way, in case anybody's... Your mountains are only a couple thousand feet tall. Yeah, ours are only 5,000-ish. But if anybody's ever flown this plane or hasn't flown it, if you didn't know, this little dial right here is in real life. If it's spinning to the right, your right engine's RPMs are faster. If it's spinning to the left, your left prop's RPMs are faster. The trick is you kind of want to get that thing to stop spinning altogether or spin as slowly as possible to match your RPMs. It's much easier in a real airplane to match the RPMs with the sound. But that's the only thing they get wrong with this, is the sound doesn't quite work like a real one. So for those of you that aren't familiar with twin engines and how the gauge works, that's what it is right there. Highest mountain in Australia is 7,390 feet. The highest one near me is 5,600, 5,600 feet, give or take. Oh, Armageddon poured the coals on. Yeah, I was gonna say it's 80. It's usually much warmer there. I thought, you know. It's tall for an island, huh? Tallest ones out on an island. Oh, Zenon, kick that TBM in the ass. I know you can do 180. I'm doing 184. You can push that thing right to 230. Love the TBM. I almost took it today, but I was saying I hadn't flown the 414 in a long time. Wow, parts of you will have a white Christmas? Yeah, it's way out in the Indian Ocean. That'd be wild, huh? White Christmas in Australia? That doesn't make a lot of sense. There's a ship. They got wakes now. I love it. It's actually moving. It's got wakes. Not so rare in Tassie. It's actually, I can remember one Christmas where we didn't have a white Christmas. We actually had a picnic outside for Christmas dinner. We actually had a picnic, which is weird because here it's almost always a white Christmas. Yeah, gone the next day. Here, once it usually settles in, it stays for way from Madagascar to Antarctica. So usually here, once the snow settles in, usually mid-November, not this late in December, but usually mid-November, the snow settles in and stays till the beginning of April before it's gone again. So yeah, that's, I live in the wrong place to hate snow. Watch, with the severely bipolar weather we're having here, New Year's Eve will be 100 plus Fahrenheit. You had snow there? Well, not at your place, but nearby, up in the mountains. Freaky weather. Like I said, this is our first real cold. Just snowed in London. Yeah, I saw that. You guys got some too. We're supposed to get hammered on Friday and Saturday. So Friday night hangout may not happen. We'll see. Usually when we get those storms like that, I don't want to say the internet and it has difficulties. Yeah, just as long as it doesn't stay too cold, because like we had those things called ice ages a while back, a couple thousand years ago. But it could be because of that whole volcano, whole shitload of them erupting all at once. Because one other time that happened, and it was called the year without a summer. I can't remember when it was. 30s or 40s. I think 30s, 40s had the year without a summer. Hey, there's Fast Cow Productions. How you doing? Hope all is well with you. Things are going good. Good. I don't have to send you a message. Can I use your helicopter next week for this next Thursday stream? I know it's not out yet, but I want to use it. I like it. Ooh, you were woken up by a 4.5 earthquake? Well, that's a rude way to get woken up. Great, thanks, sir. Appreciate it. We'll make sure to promote it really well. 1 a.m. Oh no, that's not good at all. I'm getting woken up at 1 a.m. for an earthquake. We had a 4 something here quite a while back. That one church fell down, one of the old stone churches fell down, cracked some basement foundations and stuff, but nothing super major. But then we don't get much of anything here. That was just a freak earthquake. There he is over there. There, he's chilling in. Let's make sure we get everybody's exclamation points. I still don't have sound. I suppose I better figure those out pretty soon. Let's get everybody going here. We got exclamation point Cow for Mad Cow Productions. Let's go to his website. It is temporary, but it is the correct. If my bot's not drunk, it is correct website, but it's like I said, it's not fully done yet. And we got Mr. Brett in here. And we got let's get Xenon in here. As long as he's here. I gotta remember what the hell Just Some Aussies is, because it's changed. I gotta look it up. Maybe it's Just Some Aussie. JSA? I think. Maybe. Ha! I got it right. Who did I miss? We got Brett, we got Xenon, we got Icarus. Winter here in San Diego, we just got a bunch of snow in our mountains, which is common, even though our local mountains are tiny, only 6,000 feet. 1,000 feet bigger than our mountains. I think I just spam chat with everybody that's here tonight. Icarus and his tailwind. Zipping on ahead. Open water for the first hour of this flight. No. No, we don't have too far to go before we hit the Dry Tortugas is the first one we're coming to. There's a fort there, and there's a campground there with a whole whopping 8 campsites. You have to be booked ahead of time. There's only 8 prohibited campsites at the Garden Key Campground. The fort is the largest brick masonry structure in the Western Hemisphere. Can only be reached by seaplane or boat. Averages 63,000 visitors a year. And that's about it. What year was it founded? I don't know. Trying to find it on here. It totals 144.39 acres, so it's not that large. Consists of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different keys. In other words, islands. We'll see when it was made into a national park, though. (1935). The fort was made, and then it was expanded in 1983 to cover the entire area. And the national park was established in 1992. There's Icarus. There we go. Now we got the gist of the park coming up. That's the first one we're coming to. Then we'll come to Everglades, which is big. This is a road trip I'd like to take. Drive to all the national parks, at least the ones in the U.S. in the U.S. in the continental U.S. Kind of hard to drive to Hawaii and Samoa and the Virgin Islands. Icarus down there on the water. I think if Icarus actually flew more than 2,000 feet IGL, he'd have a stroke. Or AGL, not IGL. Watching the wave action. Yeah, when you get up to certain heights, it starts to look repetitive. It's not now. Oh, you see the chatter from the from the that DDS thing. You move real quick, chit chatters. Creates ghost images. Yeah, watching wave action. Could you imagine sailing this back in a sailboat? Back in the days. Or the people that like get on boats from Haiti and Cuba and try to get to Florida in little tiny boats, makeshift boats. It's crazy to think of. Posted it. Let's take a look at it. Oh, looks like down there with a high tailwind. Oh, yeah, that's nice down there on the water. Let's probably take it down a bit. When we get close to the island. Good. Excuse me, sorry about that. Hey, we got 11 people watching, holy crap. Always surprised me when I look down when there was 4 or 5 and see 11. Welcome everybody, if I haven't welcomed you so far. See that? This is a great way to make them tune out immediately. You say that and one of them disappears. Thursday night, I'm going to try to fly the Osprey without totally crashing it. Alright, there's the island up ahead, so I'm going to take it down to about 1,000 feet. I'm not going to spend much time around the island. We're just going to make a quick pass over top because of the pretty much because there's not a lot to see. It's literally just a fort and some little tiny rocks or sandbars. That's really about all it is. They do happen to get hit with a lot of hurricanes as they pass through the Gulf. They usually go over the dry Tortugas one way or the other. I can probably descend a little faster. Just got to watch my overall speed. Should be good. Yep, creeping up there just a bit. You said island's coming up faster than I thought. I may not get there down in time. Even at 1,000 feet a minute descent rate. You got a nice shot of David flying by. I'll post it. I haven't gotten any pictures today. I was gonna. I found a really cool place to glide. I was gonna glide in the northern part of Iceland for a glider flight. Yeah, there's only one problem at this time of year: the sun doesn't come up. I have a flight plan, marked it all out. It's like, yeah, we go up this valley, down that valley, over that ridge. It'd be a fun flight plan to go try to glide around. And I was like, went to test flight, and it's like even at noon, there's no sun. Like, well, shit, that one will have to wait till later in the year. I'll have to wait a few months for the sun to come back up. So now I got to find another flight plan for Sunday. This is it. Dry Tortugas. Series of keys, as they're referred to, instead of islands. Some large jet just went over me. F8. Why did the F-18s, do they show up for anybody? Rocio 1160. Do the 16s show up for anybody in Sim? I have every single livery pack there is, and every single version of the F-16, including the freeware one, and I can't get an F-16 to show up, or the F-14 to show up in the sim at all. Not 16, 14, or 18. 18. I can't get the 18 to show up at all. Too many numbers. You can't either? No idea what caused it, what's the issue with that, but I just can't get any. Like, this is the largest brick structure in the Western Hemisphere. That. And thank God they made that out of bricks, or it would have been gone a long time ago. It does include this key over here, as well as all these little ones around here are all part of the park. Look at that. Imagine building that all out of brick. That was nuts. Oh, I am using the yeehaw. There's a dock mod by the same guy that did the power lines mod. That goes out and finds docks. I don't know how or what he looks for, a database, but it scans for docks along rivers and puts in docks along rivers and oceans. I just started using that one. Whoop, Icarus is doing something. Trust God, bro. Interesting name. Get a quick shot of everybody flying around. Some great shots. Wow, that was a great shot. Him hanging right in there. I don't know who Rossio is, but he looks like he's having fun streaming around us. There's some more of the islands, or keys. You actually see the F-18. I'll be damned. I can't see F-18s. And it doesn't matter who's flying them, what livery they have on. Makes no difference. I can't see them. I have both livery packs. No kidding. I have no idea why it will not let me see them. Like I say, I got both livery packs, and I even have the freeware F-18. I've done the Maverick update in Content Manager. Maybe I need special glasses. I've done everything in the Content Manager updates. Everything is up to date. Maybe if I remove it and put it back? I don't know. But, yeah, I need special glasses. I need Tom Cruise glasses. I need a special set of Tom Cruise aviators. Huh. I have no idea why I can't. Oh well, this is what it is. I think I'm going to stay down here, 1,000 feet, skim the water. My speed over the ground hasn't changed much, a little slower, but I can push that up just a touch because of the not climbing anymore. He trolled you brilliantly. The young Padawan impressed the master, did he? Yeah, lots of water, not much to see. Unfortunately, but this will be the last flight that has that. Except for when we fly over Kansas, there's frickin' nothing. Awesome. He came under and pulled straight up. Very loud, fast. Let's check my instruments, make sure we're still good on the... Oh, I can push my throttles up a little more. Didn't realize I pulled them back that far. That's why we're going a little slower. It's funny how your engine over here can be so different. We'll still have the props out of sync or synced up. So I saw there's an F4 coming out. I kind of figured that one was coming out soon. How could you not have the flying brick? Yeah, I saw that. I did see that. That is what it is. Hey, they're putting them out. I'll bet they can't get that one to fly backwards straight up into the sky, though. And blame me for not knowing what I'm doing. Oh, it is what it is. Guess if you want to fly it, you got to buy it. I'm probably not going to buy it right now anyways. Oh. I'm not buying anything till the end of the year. Till the start of next year. Off the first. I already bought this month's plane. I'm trying to limit myself on what I'm spending on planes. And wait for the first few patches. I'm limiting myself on one pay-wear plane a month and maybe one scenery or something a month. And that's it. And I still don't do much with the scenery packs. But like if somebody comes out with the meshes, like the Orbix meshes are off the charts good. Oh, and if anybody's wondering, Orbix, I've been in contact with them over a little issue they were having. If you purchased any Orbix item as a gift, the orbs went to the person getting the gift, not the person spending the money. But after talking with them, they've decided to change it up so the person actually buying the gift gets the orbs. If that makes a difference to anybody, just so you know, that's now the new policy, is that when you spend the money, the person spending the money gets the orbs. But yours, I'll fly yours. There's no doubt about that. You haven't pissed me off like that. You haven't blamed me for being a bad pilot. I know I'm a bad helicopter pilot. No. I'll fly yours. I almost blew it the other day and let the cat out of the bag because during the stream I almost chose the wrong one. Oh. It's like, oh shit. I gotta remember to take that one out so I don't make a mistake. This plane needs a bath. I think they get a little carried away with how dirty some of the planes are, because most planes I know that are in flying condition are pretty much spotless. Nobody lets a plane that's worth that much money get dirty. Only ones that are not in flying condition get dirty. Twist crab sense to turn. Adjusted and now back to 165. Nice. What am I at? Oh, 178. You're still ahead of me. I can hear somebody. Oh, he's close. There we go. There's a good picture. So I think they get a little carried away on the Go scrabbling VFR. Yeah, because you probably had that massive wind at your back still. And now you're going across it. You didn't turn the direction of the wind yet. See, now occasionally the water gets real repetitive, and that line's been there forever, but it is. If you just move up away from it, it stops that. For the most part, I can still see it over here. So let's see, how far are we out from the Everglades? Oh, not too far. About 30 minutes ish. Their range thing is all screwed up on these, I'll tell you. It's not even close. Yeah, 115 nautical miles. Speed's going pretty good. Yeah. What do we got on here? My eyesight's getting bad. I need a bigger monitor. I've already got a, what's this, 32? I think I need something like a 50. Yeah, it's getting bad. I have to leave my head right down when I'm in VR to read the instruments now. Like, damn, getting old sucks. I keep leaning in to see shit in VR. It's like, oh, damn it. Does use my mouse zoom wheel to get in closer. Keep getting progressively bigger and bigger monitors. Now, I've been playing around with that virtual monitor in VR, so it makes like a 10-foot monitor. That's kind of cool. I can make it flat screen or curved screen or wide angle. That's kind of fun to play around with, but hanging out that much in VR gets to you after a while. You got 3x 50-inch TVs now, yeah. The older you get, the bigger they get. And then I got glasses. Yep. Start getting bigger and bigger. I'm playing with that one in VR to make that giant 10-foot curved screen. That's fun. Playing around with some of that stuff. It's cheaper. Using 48-inch OLED. You get older, they get bigger. I think when I move back to the back room hopefully next summer, I'll get that finished up. And the lumber goes back down a bit. I can build my computer room. I'll probably jump up to a 50 or 56 or something bigger. Higher quality. But this works for now because most of the time I'm in VR. Spend too much time in VR as it is. .322s and 324s and 342s, now 350s. Yeah, but it looks really good when you're doing the truck sim with the three of them up. I gotta admit, that does look good. Well, I have a little 10-inch up, but I have a 28-inch and a 36. Oh, I'm sure it's good in flight sim. Absolutely having the. I just haven't seen it. I've only seen you set up with the when you're driving the truck sim. I haven't seen it when you're flying with it. Well, I'll help that. I bet that helped big time on landings. You know, for me, a 4K TV is almost virtually worthless because my eyes aren't good enough to see 4K. I'll eventually have a camera behind me showing them all. Awesome. I know that one time we were showing them in the truck sim. It looked really cool having all three of them up. Vickers kicking it out there. Armageddon, he's really down there. He's skipping the waves, 145 feet. You're down there low enough there, Dave. Throw a line out. Some really good fishing out this way. Yeah, I'll do some pull down range. Yeah, I'm planning on totally rebuilding the. I've got a room I haven't finished yet in this house. I'm planning on making that the full computer room and actually build in the cockpit, mount all the stuff for the cockpit, and then mount all the stuff for the racing stuff in another section. So everything's permanently mounted where it's got to be. I don't drive anything that's not in VR because the driving stuff is set up where there is no monitor. I'll just try and get a reliable stream schedule in 2023. Dude, I watched some of your kitchen stuff, man. You're a busy boy. Of course, I kept waiting for you. I kept waiting some big time for you here. Cheeseburger, cheeseburger, cheeseburger. No Coke, Pepsi. But, you know, you may be too young to know what the hell that is. I was just on the road when I was tuning in, so I didn't get a chance to say anything. I'll be glad when we're not over water the whole freaking streams. But it was John Belushi did a sketch on Saturday Night Live where he was a chef, the samurai chef. Worth looking up, especially if you're a cook. Look up the samurai chef with John Belushi. He'll appreciate it. I'm sure it's out there in a million different ways. It's funny. It's funny. There's the keys, main keys, which you can't quite see because everything out here is flat. There are no mountains. Down there skipping the waves. I think next week we'll start out with the longitude because we got a pretty good ground to cover from Florida to North Carolina or South Carolina. And then we got a nice helicopter trip up through the park along a river. Like I said, I've got I posted a picture of the rough flight plan if anybody's interested. It's in the Discord for the National Parks tour. I haven't done all the flight plans yet, but that's a rough path we're going to follow. It should take pretty damn close to a year. Awful damn close to a year doing it once a week. There's 63 national parks, but some of them we're going to be able to do, like today, we'll get 3 in one flight, but a lot of times we're only going to be able to get 1. So this is a long series. And maybe we'll actually get some education out of it. Speaking of that, let's see what we know about Everglades National Park. Get that out of the way before we're up there. It's the 3rd largest national park by area in the U.S. It's one of the older ones. 1947. There was a big push to restore and tear down a lot of the farms that were built down there to restore the Everglades, because a lot of the canals and stuff were cut that started to destroy the habitat and wildlife down there. We're coming up on the Florida Everglades, yeah. There's a really neat campground down there at the very tip of this state of Florida in the Everglades National Park. That's really some crazy back roads through the swamps to get there. It's 1.5 million acres. The highest elevation is 8 feet above sea level. So it's mostly mangrove swamps and freshwater. It's all freshwater. Home to Florida panthers, actual real panthers like mountain lions. There's cypress trees, mangrove trees. There is manatees, alligators. There's some indigenous people that lived in the area. Ten to 20,000 years ago. They originally settled the area. That's a while. Mostly the Seminole was the Seminole Indians, as well as the, I don't know, the Michael-Kuski. I'm sure I butchered that. But all land development has ceased, and everything from here on out is going to restoration projects to get as much of it back to totally wild as it was. You can, it's really interesting, if you go there, don't buy a ticket to get in. Call ahead and get an airboat ride, because a ticket for the Everglades National Park is like $25. But if you get one of the airboat rides, it's like $35. And it includes your admission, so your airboat ride's like $10 if you do it that way. Just a little insider tip. If you're ever heading down that way, it's a good way to sneak in to get a much cheaper admission. Save a couple of bucks. And airboat rides in the Glades are a blast. They are accessed from the Miami area, not from the West Coast, even though it is the West Coast of Florida. The vast majority of the access does come from the Miami area. So if you're going plan on Airboat trip to get you a cheaper admission. And they're a lot of fun. Like there's 3 tour companies that are authorized to run the airboats in the Glades. They're all overseen so that they're safe. Safety standards in place. Drink and drain. Alright, dude. Oh, it's a Xenon chilling in here. Armageddon, where'd he go? Swimming? No, he pushed on ahead. I forget how many million acres where I live is. The park I live in is like 12 million acres or something like that. You're water skiing? Yeah, it's 3,000 lakes where I live. It's 3,000 lakes, 30,000 miles of rivers and streams, but where's the actual acreage? It's 9,372 square miles. What's the acreage? $6 million. 2.6 million are owned by the state. 3.4 million is in private hands. But still fall within the park boundaries. You need that Hot Wheels plane to be down there skipping off the waves. I do like how they've got the shallower water being a different color down here. Typical Florida evening weather, there's clouds. Uh-oh. Coming around the other way. See if I can't get fast enough to get a picture of it. I don't know. I think I got it. We'll find out. Yep. Pretty blue shallow water. Back up. Teeth are floating, dentures do this. I know, I got my new partials in. I can finally tell people to fuck off. But now I have a problem with S's. Go figure. At least my S's aren't whistling like they were when I first started this with these. You whistle your S's too? All I think was that silly friggin' Lady in the Tramp, the beaver. Probably sneaking up on me. A couple of them. That's cool with the shadows down there. So, Sonny. Yeah, I always worry about the whistle and the S's. But I can drop F-bombs all day now. Yeah, exactly. She sells seashells by the seashore. Enough safe and sane flying at AP. Time to hit the ape shit button and come after y'all. Look, everybody disappeared. Oh, it's because I took the friggin' name tags off. Land ho! Poor land. It had to. It needed the money. Look at that. Nice mix of airplanes too, huh? Two turboprops and a piston. And there comes Icarus. Vroom. Rolling through. The grumpy old bastard squadron. Look at that. Red 5 standing by. Alright. Just about coming up on it here. And every bit of this land from here all the way up through to almost into Miami is all Everglades. Goes from way the hell up here down along like this all the way down to here. It's Everglades National Park. Good song if you like country music at all. Flying at 40-foot elevation with 20-foot waves. Seminole Wind's a good song about the Everglades. The country music singer John Anderson grew up down here around the Glades. Pretty popular song about it. And here's somebody close. Real close. Holy shit. Some close flying, gents. Very close flying. You're gonna need some new tail in a minute. Look at that. That's cool. Oh, I get that going up. Trying to see all the shadows and planes. Where'd Icarus go? Now we're heading over the top of the Glades. Now you can finally see how fast we're actually going. That's when you realize we're actually moving along at a pretty good clip when you finally have something to see underneath you. There he is down there. When you finally have a reference point, you can see just how fast they're actually moving. Who's in the King Air? Right here? That's Armageddon. David P. Armageddon. Wait a minute, we lost. Where'd he go? Oh, that's Icarus down there. Where did... No, there he is, back there. Okay. Armageddon's in the King Air. He needs to join one of those... He needs to join one of those formation flying groups, because he's always tucked right in tight. Like always. He can just sit right there the whole flight. It's crazy. I love doing it. I can't help it. That's okay. You're good at it. There's nothing wrong with that. You're damn good at it. That's all. Right over here. I think right over in here is where the road comes out, where the campsite is. If I remember my map correctly. Right over here. We're going to turn in, catch a little bit more of the actual glades. To the outer barrier reefs. Yeah, right there. Right there is the campground. All these channels that were cut through, a lot of them they're starting to restore a lot of them. Fill them back in. They're letting nature reclaim them. But a few of them are left open for the airboats so they can take people in and out of the glades to show them what it's like. A big ass swamp is what it is. There's like 20 endangered species that live in the Everglades. Hello, Zen mate. A wave of peace flows through you on my wing. Now Icarus is getting all philosophical and shit. You just remembered that Brissy is that on? Ah, you blew his cover. That's it. Any facts, other facts about the Everglades National Park? Probably not. "350 species of birds live there, 300 species of fresh and saltwater fish, 40 species of animals, and 50 species of reptiles." Holy shit. That's a lot. It does include Lake Okeechobee. The water flowing out of it. You're going to stop at the you're stopping at KHST? I don't even see KHST. Where's KHST? Oh, okay, up in Miami. We're going to land out here on the island, and then we're going to take a helicopter up through Biscayne Park up to Fort Lauderdale. It's below Miami. KHST right there. Isn't KHST the old Air Force Base? Homestead? Yeah, it is. KHST is Homestead, Miami. Homestead Air Force Base. This is now a racetrack. You know me, I can't resist a racetrack. It's gonna be weird not working even less than I did last year. It's gonna be really weird. Slowly getting done. I go back to work pit road a couple of races just for giggles, so I keep my license current. I don't know. We'll see. Someday I may want to work at an IMSA race or something in pit road, so having a license current probably a good thing. Or just let it go all together and say screw it. But I don't want to do that. Got to stay connected a little bit. Some of these roads out here, I wonder where the hell they go if they're just airboat trails. We're pretty much almost out of Everglades Park now anyways. This is the Highlands, 10 feet above sea level instead of 8. At one of the hurricanes we had a like a 3-foot storm surge, and I stepped out my door and I was up to my knees in water. It's like, holy shit. Yeah, that was probably a half-mile inland. Yeah, I probably should have went to KHST. Yep, before we get there for landing, I'm going to let the dogs out while they're bothering me. I'll be right back. Alrighty, I'm back. Sorry about that. The old dog's got a... The old one, Stinky's got an infection in her bladder, so she has to pee a lot right now while we wait for the medicine to work. Old dogs, a lot of fun, but oh my god, a lot of work. But they're good shits. That'll be somebody's backyard trail goes off to the beach. Go fishing. One of the man-made canals. Easy to tell because Mother Nature doesn't do straight lines. Oh, for Christ's sakes, now the other dog's gotta go out. I'll be right back. Little shithead. She couldn't go out with the other one. She had to go out by herself. Coming up here is going to be, I don't know if we see it on the way out or if we see it in a helicopter flight. It's going to be Turkey Point Nuclear Plant. And it's got a really funky cooling system for the water. Got miles, like 5 miles long and 2 miles wide of these canals that crisscross back and forth, back and forth, back and forth to cool the water before it dumps it back into the ocean. It's one of the only nuclear power plants without a cooling tower. It has had some issues in the past, silting up and water not flowing correctly. But it's just been granted I think a 20-year extension. Okay, because I can't read and fly the helicopter at the same time. I'm going to read all the stuff here about the Biscayne National Park that we're going to see next. Is 172,971 acres, or 270 square miles. Includes several keys and fossilized coral reefs and regular coral reefs. Coral and sand, mostly water. And it basically protects 4 ecosystems: the shoreline, mangrove swamp, the shallow waters of Biscayne Bay, the coral limestone of the Keys, and the offshore Florida Reef. That's pretty much it. 200 species of fish, 16 endangered species. And people have lived, natives have lived there at least 10,000 years ago. Okay, well that's just the last section. We're going to be the Biscayne National Park, Biscayne Bay. Will be where we hit right after we take off with the helicopters. You can see, all right, there's the cooling channels for the nuclear reactor, right there. I think I'm going to pop the autopilot off, and we're going to hand fly this the rest of the way in. Because we can. Yes, I know I turned it off. Don't get mad at me. What do we got for wind? Looks like there's a bit of it. Oh, got some sailboats. I like all these different mods that add little touches like that. Sailboats and power lines and docks and little things. Uh-oh, looks like Icarus is going around again. This is one of those private airports, if I'm not mistaken. I'm a little fast. Oh, slow down. Trees. A little fast, but awful smooth. A little too far to the right. Somehow I stalled my right engine, or left engine. That's odd. Well, what's up with that? Come on, anytime you want to turn now. How the hell did I mess up my left engine? Oh, butts. Get away. Alright, I'm going to switch over to the 135 once I get stopped here and parked. And buttered the slew. Yeah, I landed nice and smooth. I'm just trying to figure out why my left engine quit. Oh well. I don't know when it quit. It could have quit a while ago. I wasn't paying attention to my instruments. Alright, let's switch over to the... I'm switching over to helicopter. 135. Get my brakes on. Get my engines off. There we go. And we're going to switch over. See y'all back in just a minute here. I guess next week will be the Longitude and the Gazelle. Unless I come up with something better for the long distance leg. Try to stick to general aviation aircraft, but the maybe I take the Vision Jet, but I think it's a little too slow. And TBM's almost as fast as the Longitude. You always take that. Where's red? Gotta have red. Gotta have red liver if they got it. I have plenty of fuel. Load up the flight plan. Biscayne Bay. Back to daytime. Maybe about 3 o'clock. Or 2 o'clock, whatever. Good enough. I think I can fly this helicopter with these controls without changing them over. I think. I figure by the time we get all done with this, I'll actually be pretty good with helicopters. Maybe. A little bit good. Alright, get in and get the engines run up. We got a couple of helicopters over there. I did, upside down. It was awesome. I saw you fly inverted with it. I love when you load in helicopters. It always loads in one of those little, those things. I don't like those things. Looks like everybody's loaded in. We're going to go check out the Biscayne Bay and the Turkey Point nuclear plant. I figured we'd check it out as long as we were here. So do I, dude. So do I. I'm the best damn pilot in the world when nobody's watching. Yeah, unfortunately, everybody's watching all the time now. Alright, engines are up. Alright, son. Enjoy the watch. You can watch me be a fool in a helicopter. Maybe. There we go. I'm getting better with the helicopters. Spending much more time in them. There's that, Chris. Whee! I haven't quite figured out the autopilot on this thing, so probably end up just hand flying it. Every time I try the autopilot, it kind of freaks out. Because I'm sure I'm not doing something right. This is all part of the Biscayne Bay National Park. All these islands. And a lot of the park is underwater. That's a nice house until you see a hurricane coming. Oh. There. Try to fly the helicopter from behind it. So much easier in the cockpit, though. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Gotta watch. Losing too much altitude. Pull up, pull up. I don't want to go swimming. I didn't bring my scuba gear. I said, I don't know a hell of a lot about this national park. Other than that, it's mostly underwater. It basically encompasses the entire bay. This used to be up here where the nuke plant is, at Turkey Point. Used to be the U.S. Air Force Water Survival Training area, but it was destroyed when the hurricane came through, and then they moved it. I'm not sure where they moved it to, but it's not here anymore. But it used to be out where the nuke plant is. There is a scout camp out here. I have the worst time keeping helicopters from not going too fast or too hot, too low. I'll get them figured out one of these days. This is the nuclear power plant. Like I said, it's got a really weird cooling system. They pump the water out into those long channels that crisscrosses back and forth until it cools down, and then it gets discharged back into the ocean or pulled right back into the plant. But due to the warmer waters around here, is one of the homes of the American crocodile. Rather, we're known more for our alligators, but there is a crocodile species, and this, because of the warm water around this plant, their population has settled this area, and they're doing very well. One of the few animals that benefited from man instead of doing worse because of us. Another animal that moved into Florida that never used to be there is falcons. Peregrine falcons, because they nest on cliffs, and there's no cliffs in Florida. But with all the high-rise buildings, they found man-made cliffs to build their nests on. Whoa! Damn, if it wasn't for that shadow, I would have hit right in the water. I would have had no clue how high up I was. Looks like we're going to run straight into Florida afternoon thunderstorms or evening thunderstorms, or just plain bad weather. What did you guys do? Land at the nuke plant back there? I'm not landing anywhere. I have enough trouble landing. I can land once when I get to the Actually, we're going to start landing at some of the national parks as I get better at landing, and we have places to land, things to see, like Yellowstone geysers, things like that. How the hell did I all of a sudden? See, this is the problem I have with helicopters. All of a sudden, I pay attention. My airspeed dropped to 0. I just kept climbing up. Now I'm diving like a fool, gaining airspeed. Reaching that happy medium where I'm not sinking and I'm not going up, but I'm going along at a good clip. Got to get that all figured out. Tell you one thing, flying a helicopter is a lot more concentration than flying a fixed wing. This is a big park too, because we'll stay in it all the way up until we head back to shore up here. It's all part of the Biscayne Park. See, now I'm going over speed. I'm going too fast. And I'm going down. Now on live weather, I was hoping for some wind, something to chop the ocean surface up a little bit. Ooh, that didn't work. Hey Chris, rolling in here. Armageddon hanging out back there. I'm doing 2,000 feet up, 2,000 foot a minute up, and slowing right down. I don't know. I'll figure it out sooner or later. Like I say, this thing supposedly does have autopilot. I can't ever get it to work. And I'm pretty sure it has to do with the settings. I don't have properly something set for locking the speed. This is all just a giant national park. Maybe someday when I sell my house, buy a camper and an SUV and just take off and do all the national parks before going back and building the house. Actually, probably build the house first. So I have one to come back to. So I don't spend all the money traveling first. There's a lot of people fly around here. I do have it on easy controls. I am cheating a little bit. I don't have it on medium. I have it in level 2. I don't have it on level 1 super easy, but I don't have it on level 3 super hard where I got to spin around in circles. Raise, lower, left and right. It all has to do with the autopilot, which I haven't figured out. I'm probably going straight up and slowing way down, yeah. All these little islands. It's actually a relatively shallow bay. Just click the app and nav and it does well. I always somehow lose out because I can't get the speed going, or it goes up too much, or it goes down too much. That's right. It's not a long flight. Should I? Well, let's try and see what happens. So if I click nav and autopilot, it says it's flying. Let's see what happens. Losing speed. Does it to me every time. It's going up. We don't have an altitude set. Let's set the altitude. No, no vertical speed. We want altitude set. Let's make the altitude 700 feet. Yeah, it's not. See, it does this every time. It goes up, goes down, slows down. No, we're gonna fly it. Every time I try, it just goes into it. Eventually goes into a hover and goes straight up. I even have an altitude set, and it's telling me I don't have. Okay, autopilot, you're going off. I'll just fly it in. Out here where all the $1 million homes are. Biscayne Island and Miami Beach. There's apparently some tower out here in the middle of nowhere. Probably so there's cell coverage for all the boaters out here. Lighthouse. Oh joy, photogrammetry's on. Tell the water just went all squared, big square chunks. Guess I should pre-cache this before the next flight. Before we take off in it. I'll pre-cache the two cities. All the condos. That looks like a big old parking lot for the beach. Oh, there's a stadium. A whole bunch of tennis courts and a golf course. Big golf course. There I go, losing speed again. Not paying attention. That dock thing adds in all the docks. It's kind of cool. It's by the same guy that did that does the power line one. I just started using it. I highly recommend it. It does put all these in. Oh, pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up. So far, every one of his mods has absolutely been worth it. Does a great job. So now I have the power lines, the ski lifts, and the docks. Big Port of Miami. Big port and cruise ship dock. When California had ships backed up all the way across the ocean, Port of Miami was wide open, cranking out ships no problem, because they didn't lock down, they kept working. There's a Miami Beach up there with all the wealthy homes. Big money in Miami Beach. There's big money from here up through Jupiter. Pretty much everything on the coast from here to Jupiter is rich people, retirees. And it kind of looks like this from here all the way to the border. Condos along the water and small houses, smaller homes inland. Somebody just slewed. I don't know if somebody's hanging out back there somewhere. There's a water airport up here. Cars are driving underwater. Those James Bond submarine cars. Tell you're in photogrammetry. It's pretty much one big city now, from Miami all the way up through Daytona. Not much of the coastland that's not all condos and crap. Construction cranes, new buildings, new condos. Not sure what the hell that is. Oh, not much farther. Oh, I'm way over speed again. I was doing good there for a while. There's some storm clouds. Typical Florida. We'll get down and send everybody over to watch Bryce's channel. Once we're done here, if you haven't already, you need to go over here. And we'll go ahead and jump in on Bryce and see how he's doing. Probably got sick of waiting and started already. And we're not much farther from Fort Lauderdale, which used to be the spring break capital of the United States. But now Lake Havasu City on the west coast and Arizona is starting to take over because they're guaranteed good weather. So he's already started, so as soon as we finish up, we'll all jump over there and say hi before I go to bed anyways. Unfortunately, I can't do an official raid thing because you have to be a member to actually raid them. Not a member, you have to be that, whatever, 1,000 users and all that crap. Yeah, this one went just 2 hours. Usually only an hour and a half, but we went 2. Here's the airport. I'm just going to pick the closest place I can to find if we can land somewhere. If I land anywhere on the airport grounds, I'll be happy. That's the part I have the most trouble with, is getting the thing slowed down. I am getting better with it. See where I-95 goes under the airport? It's kind of neat. Where the main highways and everything run under the airport. You can maybe go over here by the terminal hangars. Because they're close and I've already slowed down. Finish slowing down. Finish slowing down. I do this whole pendulum thing where I go backwards and forwards and backwards and forwards. I'll do it better tonight. Okay, I'm someplace close to the terminal. I'm happy with that. There's no giant H. I didn't look for one, but I'm in the terminal area. I'll settle for that. I didn't bang the skis too hard. Real quick, I want to thank Icarus, Armageddon, and Brizzy Boy, aka Xenon, for hanging out and flying along in the Grumpy Old Bastard Squadron. Really appreciate you guys flying along. It's a lot of fun hanging out. And in the chat we had Mr. Brett Plays and Icarus and Xenon, David, and William Kelly, and just some Aussie, and of course Fast Cow Productions. I'll be flying his aircraft next weekend, or next Thursday we'll fly his. I think that just about covers everybody that showed up in chat. Alright guys, thanks a million for flying along, hanging out, putting up with me for a couple hours, and learn a little bit about our national parks here in the U.S. Till next week, flight or Thursday, whichever comes first for you guys. Hope to see you then. And make sure you jump on over to Bryce's channel and say hi. I'm going to make sure I do it, because he's been a big support to me, and we'll give him some support right on back. Look at this. You guys land all nice and precise and shit. I'm happy with the first place I can land. All right, everybody. Thanks for coming by. Hopefully we'll see you Thursday. Until next time, look out for each other. Take care. And I'm